afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 36 of MSME Masterclass. Today's topic is MSME's advantage, trends in pre-engineered buildings, and to address that, we have Mr. Ramana Raju, co-founder and CEO of FABEX Steel Structures. FABEX Steel Structures designs, details, fabricates, and installs pre-engineered buildings and steel structures. It serves its clients worldwide and focuses on quality, reliability, and unparalleled service. With a passion for quality and the dream to begin an entrepreneurship journey, Mr. Raju left behind lucrative positions and co-founded FABEX. Before the inception of FABEX, he worked in major PEB companies like Tata BlueScope Steel, Hereby Building Systems, Mammoth Building Systems, and PEBS Pennar. He was a co-member and instrumental in developing business from scratch for certain regions in his companies. With more than 21 years of experience in the pre-engineered building sector, Mr. Raju is a dynamic, results-driven CEO skilled in all business development and management aspects. Under his leadership, the FABEX team has taken a giant leap by reaching a milestone of INR 100 crore orders in a very short span of time. Today, the company has emerged as one of the leading players in the PEB industry, delivering some complex projects. Mr. Raju has built highly competent design, manufacturing, sales, and installation teams. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Raju in today's episode. Welcome to the MSME Masterclass, sir. We're thrilled to have you.
Thank you. Yes.
So today's topic I've introduced is MSME's advantage, trends in pre-engineered buildings. And my first question to you, sir, is how have recent economic policies impacted the MSME sector in India?
Yeah, well, MSMEs are really crucial for Indian economic growth, and which was well addressed and recognized by the Indian government. 29% of India's GDP is through MSMEs. So government has taken a lot of initiatives like skill development, because MSMEs always find shortage of skilled manpower. So to mitigate that risk, government already started skill development in a very big way, state-wise and central-wise, that MSMEs can take advantage of getting the right people for their operational requirements. Then public procurement policies has been placed by the government. So certain percentage of government procurement should be through MSMEs, so that some revenue can be taken care by these public procurement policies. Then there is one more scheme called Technology Upgradation Fund Scheme. So what happens, MSMEs always lag behind for upgrading the technologies for their operations and businesses. The simple reason is the initial cost of technology adoption is very high. So to support that, government has taken that initiatives. Apart from that, there are other initiatives to finance through without collateral and credit guarantee fund. Lot of other funds are there. MSMEs can take advantage of those things to advance their business prospects.
Sir, could you also throw some light on the current trends in construction technology for small and medium enterprises in India?
Yeah, construction technologies has evolving day by day and improving, I think, across the globe and in India as well. In fact, we are in that fast-growing construction technology called pre-engineered steel building systems, wherein we design the requirement of any MSME or large corporate. Then we conceptualize their functional requirements, then detail it, manufacture and supply to the site and install it. It is very fast construction. There are now new technologies coming in continuously, and it is evolving. One such thing is business information modeling. People call it as BIM. So if you use this, your construction will be well coordinated, well scheduled, and we can eliminate a lot of rework of the reworks at the site, and it improves efficiency of the entire project management at the construction site.
Understood. And sir, if you could also share with us in terms of how does the cost effectiveness of modern construction methods benefit these small businesses?
Yeah. So what happens when we are adopting the new technologies, like one is BIM, then pre-engineered steel buildings, then the methodologies of better construction practices, which reduces the construction time substantially. We have seen in some of the multi-story structures using pre-engineered steel buildings, somewhere around 30 to 40% of the time is reduced in that when compared to a traditional construction. So if a company is starting a new construction, then what happens when you are using these new construction techniques? If saving of 30% time is you can start the revenues and you can start your operations 30% earlier than any other conventional systems. Sorry. Then we manufacture everything in the factory. So you don't need so much of labor at site. Nowadays, in the Indian construction industry, earlier we were always thinking that Indian availability of labor is cheap and availability is better. That's no longer there. So the labor is day by day is increasing more complex problem that can be well addressed. Then material savings. When you are designing such a way that there is no wastage of the materials, there is no rework required at the site, obviously you will be saving on material consumption at site while construction. You can do BIM, you can do a lot of other rivet softwares, there are good softwares. Then improved project management can really coordinate like civil, mechanical, electrical, pre-engineered buildings. All these can be well coordinated. These kind of technologies will really save the cost to the company as well as improves lot of efficiency at site. That by doing all this, ultimately a company can start their revenues production much faster.
Understood. Now let's move on to the challenges part, which is very critical to our topic. What are the key challenges that enterprises face in the construction industry today?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge I already mentioned in the previous question is labor shortage at the construction sites. So now getting the labor and skilled labor, more importantly at site, is very, very difficult. So to mitigate that, we need to use a lot of new evolving technologies is the only solution going forward that we need to adopt. Then there is a economic uncertainty sometimes pushes the raw material prices higher. So that what happens, the project cost, the construction cost can go up. So to mitigate that, we need to plan well in advance and we need to take some cushion in the raw material fluctuations. Then if you integrate technologies, these higher costs and all can be reduced through various sources like pre-engineered buildings is one of such thing. Then adopting the skilled manpower can improve the efficiency to the large extent, so that if the project is taking longer period, your costs and risks are very high and your challenges becomes really a painful thing while executing the project.
Okay, now we move on to a topic that has been much spoken about in the construction industry, which is sustainability. Could you also share with our attendees what role does sustainability play in the construction strategies for small and medium enterprises?
Yeah, okay. My understanding of sustainability is sustainability of their business, right?
Sustainability of business and sustainability of raw materials as well that is used at various construction sites these days.
Understood. Very yes. See, the sustainability, basically we need to use the raw material which can be recyclable and which produces less carbon print. So that can give you a longer sustainability and cost effectiveness to the projects. More importantly, why I am saying this, you need to source the materials as close as possible within your vicinity, and there are good materials which are made from the recyclable materials, and whatever you are using tomorrow, you should be able to recycle those things. If you adopt this kind of sustainable construction practices, it's a big list, it goes on in a long way. So if you just implement those things, the sustainability of the project and environmental friendly materials will give you a better sustainability to the project.
So, how is digital transformation affecting construction practices?
Yeah, well, now we are in the digital world, and for sure, we should adopt a digital transformation to our entire processes in the construction site. This BIM technology, building information modeling, which is now very popular in across the world, it is catching up in India. So, what happens when we are doing the construction? Lot of activities will be there, like civil, electrical, plumbing, and equipment layout. Everything in one software we can align so that there will not be any mismatches of the planning. Otherwise, what happened in a traditionally earlier, each activity should be independent. So there used to be a lot of problems and blame game by each contractors. Different contractors are used to blame other contractor. Now BIM gives you a comprehensive planning of the entire project, putting everything into BIM so that where it is falling, where the issues are coming up, what is the critical path method. This can be, I think, well taken care so that lot of rework and blame game can be avoided. And then another automation nowadays, even bricklaying is through robots, some areas. Then this can reduce the cost and most efficient way we can progress in the projects. But we are yet to come to that robotics in the construction sites. It will slowly come up. Already Europe, it has been started. Then for surveying the site, earlier we were going into a lot of traditional equipments for making the survey and all. It used to be some deficiency in the accuracy levels. Whereas now drone surveying system came in, it is most accurate and you will get complete information within no time at the highest accuracy levels. This kind of automation, digitalization of the sites can improve your site very cost effective. Multiple agencies conflicting with each other can be reduced. Then ultimately your project timelines and cost will be much better by implementing the digital transformation and IoT in the construction sites.
Got it. Also, sir, could you share some insights on what are the advantages of using innovative materials when it comes to construction projects for small enterprises?
Yeah. See, as I told you when I was starting my conversation, so pre-engineered buildings is one of the innovative move. I think last 2 decades, India is evolving at a faster construction and lesser risks. So we are doing the design of the customer, then whatever they need, we understand their functionality, then detail, manufacture and supply. So very less manpower is utilized. The one challenge of shortage of labor and manpower can be addressed to that. Then by using the innovative materials, more importantly, self-healing concrete and some of the softwares at the site, which can reduce your timelines. By virtue of that, you will save the overall cost of the project. So that really helps whenever you are using innovation. Innovation is nothing but it is better than the previous materials in terms of collaborating with different materials and completing the project on time, which gives you better cost effectiveness and early start of their particular revenue models.
So when we talk about pre-engineered buildings, we also talk about timelines a lot. According to you, how does the construction timeline vary when it's compared to the traditional building methods?
Yes. Earlier, 2 decades back and even 15 years back, we were only doing a lot of site activities. We used to get the materials to the site, cutting, building, lot of activity, lot of wastage and all used to be there. More importantly, it used to take longer period. So we have done a couple of case studies. What is the time impact by adopting the pre-engineered steel buildings? Anywhere between 30 to 40% time saving will be there. We have taken a case studies of a couple of multi-story buildings, then one of the similar kind of factory buildings. So minimum 30%, anywhere between, if you plan it properly, a parallel activity method, then you can save up to 40% of the timeline when you compare with the traditional construction methods.
You're saying that is true for both commercial as well as residential.
Yes, yes. Residential, we are using less for steel structures. Still, in India, the acceptability of steel structures in residential is not yet come to that level, but mostly commercials, industrial, warehousing, we are doing.
Got it. Got it. And so, with regards to financing options, what are the available options for MSMEs in the construction sector?
Yeah. Initially, we need to infuse some promoters fund. Once that is there as an equity, banks are going to fund a different. That is the traditional method anyway. Last in many years, many decades, we have the bank loans funding. Apart from that, there are government grants with without collateral. Government is also funding for MSMEs through MSME banks and all. SIDBI. Every state government is having their own different thing, and central government is also having. Then once we start just investing and progressing, there are companies like private equity, venture capital, and they come in a different stage. There are different methods if you want to dilute your equity, or there are debt funds. And within the banks and private banks, more importantly, there is an invoicing finance. Once you ship the material, it may take some time to get the payments from the customer. That bank through bill discounting and vendor bill discounting, they can give you a financing at a very competitive pricing. Apart from that, there are like equipment funding, then crowdfundings are available, but at a different stage of your project and viability of your project, futuristic revenues of your project, all that has to be convinced by the funding agencies.
Now let's move on to project management part of it. How important, according to you, is project management for the success of construction projects?
Well, it's very, very important, because if normally in a smaller enterprises, what owner wants to do everything, promoter wants to do everything. But if you have an agency, project management consultant, or a dedicated project management team within your organization, that saves a lot of money, time, and they will coordinate with multiple agencies. Any project you take, small, big, or large. So what happens, there will be multiple agencies, multiple interactions between the agencies and stakeholders that need to be aligned, and a proper follow-up will be there to reduce the timelines. Otherwise, what happens, suppose in a pre-engineered steel buildings, first civil has to be ready. Then we will come into picture. Then electrical, flooring, like that. There will be a different stages of the project. Once that project management is in place through external agency of consultants or internal project management team, those coordinations will be very well. And quality control is very, very important. Everybody will be doing their job. They are not focusing on the integrated quality. That can be monitored very well. Then budget management, where you might have budgeted for this project some X money, X fund. Once there is a project management in place, they will be keep monitoring in every stage, so that the project is not overshooting the budgets. So that saves use money for the promoters or the MSMEs, whoever we call. And the communication should be very transparent among the agencies who are all working within the project. That that avoids a lot of errors at the project. So that ultimately that saves a lot of cost as well as early completion of the project.
Okay. And so how can construction projects improve workforce efficiency?
Yeah. Well, this is one of the biggest challenge in India we are all facing in the construction sites. So one of the major thing is we need to educate, train them on a regular basis, upskill them on a regular basis. So otherwise the productivity will not improve. And we need to train them for the new technologies which are available, like use of BIM, project management software, automation softwares, streamlining the entire process. Then we need to train them for efficiency of executing the project in terms of timelines and overlapping the multiple different agency activities. More importantly, the construction site, more importantly in India, we face the severe lack of knowledge about the safety. So we are an evolving company and every person life is very, very important. In our sites, we conduct every day toolbox meeting, which is nothing but we tell them what and all we do as far as safety is concerned, wearing the PPEs, that personal protection equipments, and if they are working at a different heights, what kind of risks will be there. And this is like the educating, upskilling, and teaching transparently. It's a everyday process, and it is need of the hour. I'm seeing many sites people are ignoring the safety wise and all. We need to take utmost care, and we need to feel that every person's life is as equal as our life.
Absolutely correct, sir. With that, sir, I'm moving on to our next question. What are the benefits of adopting modular construction techniques?
Yeah. See, modular construction techniques are really useful. It is mostly are made in the factories. So if it is made in the factories, automatically it ensures that highest quality standards to factory controlled environment and quality process will be there. In pre-engineered buildings, from a raw material, sharing, different options, operations, we have the quality control system till the end product comes. When we are doing a modular construction, we send entire thing ready to install at the site. It saves a lot of money to the MSMEs and cost effective, as well as timelines can be managed well within the limits, and quality is anyway unconditionally. We can say that excellent quality can be achieved than compared to a traditional site constructions. It improves the safety also. So many activities will not be there, less manpower at site. As per the methodology, we can install at site much faster.
So there's a question that we generally got when we talk about pre-engineered buildings is about the transportation part of it, right? The supply chain. I mean, in terms of transportation, how easy or difficult it is to transport prefab materials or units, and how is the supply chain integrated into it?
Yeah, when normally based on the site requirements, if the site is large, we divided the site into different parts. If it is a small one, in single phase, otherwise multiple phases we will do it. Once we manufacture the structure which is required for phase wise, that we is transported through 40 feet trailers. Entire supply chain has to be planned such a way that what is needed at the site and what material we need to transport. Accordingly, even at the manufacturing level, we do that, and accordingly we ship the materials to the site, so that the site installation will progress in the way it is going on without hindrances to the timelines.
Got it. And so moving on to our next question, which is about green building practices. How can that be integrated into projects?
It is a very good question. I'm a great fan of green buildings, which is the evolving technology, I would say. It's a concept more than a technology. Of course, a lot of technological things also came in. So green buildings, I think we all have to get into these green buildings to reduce the carbon footprint as much as possible. So mainly, couple of things comes into this green buildings thing. One is you need to use as much as possible recyclable materials. And if you are using for the construction and all already recycled materials, that is excellent. Then you need to source the raw materials or the products which needed for your construction as close as possible within the radius of 500 kilometers, because otherwise the transportation also creates a lot of pollution and loss of money. Then In our pre-engineered buildings, per se, if you see, we use the solar structures on the rooftop so that gives solar energy, which in turn reduces your government supplied electricity. That saves money as well as it's a green energy. Then water conservation, whatever water we collect within the roof of the buildings and all, that we put it through water harvesting method within the campus of the project or the operational factory or warehouse, anything. Then we need to create an ambient temperature within the factory with a natural lighting. We have a skylight system, then we have an insulation system, so that gives you ambient temperature as well as the natural lighting in the daytime, which reduces. One is ambient temperature will give you comfort of the temperature to your workforce within the organization, so that the efficiency of workforce will increase. Then natural lighting also gives a better saving without having the lights in the daytime. So the green buildings I encourage. We also advise a lot of MSMEs and large corporates to go with green buildings. We use the materials suitable to green buildings because when the heat in the summer, the temperatures goes like anything. We use the sheet of SRA index of 79% so that the heat penetration will be very less. And we use the insulating materials. There are a lot of set of products we need to use to achieve the green buildings.
Is that something with regards to green buildings? Is that something that you're incorporating at FABEX? And if yes, what are the kind of projects that you're using it in?
Yeah, mainly many of our projects, some of our clients are like TVS, Britannia, Hiranandani, Tata Advanced Systems, and Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, lot of pharma companies. We are using these green building concepts, like using the high solar reflective materials on the rooftop, and we are giving provision for solar panels installation, rooftop solar panel, then proper water drainage system which can take them for water harvesting within the campuses.
So my last question to you is on the future trends. What according to you are the future trends that the construction industry should be prepared for?
Yeah. Mainly, I think we should adopt the digital technologies available and softwares wherever possible, like BIM, that building information systems, by integrating all the activities in one thing, so that the overlappings and wastage of products, services can be avoided. And modular construction to the large extent, if you use, less labor intensity at the site is needed. And all the safety requirements should be adopted. There are a lot of smart technologies available, like integration of different agencies into one particular software, like one MS projects for timelines. There are Primavera, a lot of things. Every day new things are coming up. So if it is small or big, the projects, we need to implement digital products available and new materials which are evolving every day to save a lot of timelines. Those needs to be adopted. More importantly, for all my MSME customers, I suggest safety is the first. We need to value every person's life as equal as us. So safety culture has to really evolve in Indian construction industry. Yes, it is evolving. All multinationals and big corporates in India are adopting, but no compromise. That should be non-negotiable thing. Safety should come first among anything else in the site.
Well noted. So with that, we've come to the end of today's masterclass. Thank you so much, Mr. Raju, for sharing your valuable insights on trends in pre-engineered buildings. We're certain that your expertise...
Very nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, sir. We're certain that your expertise has guided our attendees and added much needed information to the business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you once again, sir. For our audience and attendees, if you'd like to watch any of our episodes, including the current one, you can go on to YouTube, type GSW1 MSME, and you can find all our MSME Masterclass across diverse topics there. Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.